Clear left 1.
Clear left 1.
Looking good.
All lanes back here, Garick.
I'm good.
Thank you.
Clear the 18 and the 6. Clear right.
Beer to the left, beer to the left. Got a foot on the shoulder, right there in the split.
Clear.
Traffic coming up from your right, time you get around this curve up here from around 10. More traffic. We'll come into 4 lanes up here. The 4th lane will end shortly.
Alright, you're clear. Alright, I'm gonna move over one more. Alright, clear lanes 2 and 3.
We're over to lane 3. Give me lane 1.
Yep, you can have lane 1 too also then. All clear.
How about that first Xtreme truck there? You got that radio on in there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, it looks like you guys have been busy for a bit. Been rolling along with you guys from the Florida line, and we're just on the south side of Jacksonville right here. Tell me what you guys are up to.
We're taking some letters for the Daytona International Speedway for their new project that they got going on there.
10-4. And who's that there behind you?
My name's Gary. I'm hauling the other part of the Daytona International Speedway sign.
10-4. Well, in a nutshell, real quick, I don't want to keep you guys tied up too much here on the CB. We're still working that traffic there. You got 3 pilot cars here. Tell me a little bit how the trip has been from Wisconsin coming down into Florida.
It's been going pretty good. Everything's smooth, no damage. So it's always a good run when there's no damage.
Keith, how long you been hauling oversized over dimensional for?
Since 1990. So it's been on. Haven't been really doing over the road with the oversize. I've only been doing this probably over the road. Probably about 6 years really. But I've been doing oversize for local stuff and everything like that.
Gary, how long you been driving oversized over dimensional for?
My first over-the-road job was in 09. I had a CDL before that, drove dump truck. Took a little break there with flatbed. I started doing this in January. I did some oversized before that though.
If a guy came up to you and said, "Hey, Gary, give me some insight on how to get into oversized and overdimensional," what would you say to him straight off?
Well, if you wanted to do this, you definitely have to do, I'd say, a good couple months of just straight flatbed. If you want to do oversized, then you transition that because it's all all about load securement when you do flatbed. You know, tarping is not exactly the funnest, but you do have to tarp some of these larger pieces of equipment too, like furnaces and just odd equipment that you haul down the road.
Well, if you're not afraid to work, I mean, it's a lot more work than slamming doors, you know, and backing into a dock. It's a good trade to get into, and you just got to know your stuff, you know. You got to pay a lot more attention around your surroundings and that, and just have to have your P's and Q's all together there, because otherwise it's not just jumping behind the wheel and going to your next dock and backing into a dock there and opening and closing doors, that's for sure.
Tell me about the company, Xtreme Trucking. How long have you been working there for?
I've only been here a month with this company, so so far so good. I really like it. I mean, Travis is a really good guy to work for. I mean, the whole staff there, they look out for your safety first, you know, and I don't have any complaints. Anything I need, they get it for me. Anytime I need off, I have no problem, so really good company so far.
How'd you make your way to Xtreme Trucking? How'd you find them?
I found them on the Craigslist there. I was looking to be home a little more, and they offered to give me home more weekends if possible and that, so I gave them a shot. So far, so good. I'm going to need all the way to lane 1 there to get around this RV up here.
10.
All lanes covered here, Garick.
You'll be clear after that CRV. Clear 1 and 2.
I got center.
I got you covered in 1.
Clear the RV. Clear right.
So, Gary, how long you been working for Xtreme for? How'd you find them?
I started in January, the same thing. I got on Craigslist and was looking around, and so I've been here since January.
Tell me about the company, the size of the company, and how many power units and what you guys do.
I think he started out with mostly just owner-operators. I think and then I think 3 years ago he got his first company truck, and then he's given opportunities for guys to lease trucks too, a little bit older trucks, so he's been giving guys the opportunity to go owner-operator, and we've had 1 or 2 guys lease trucks, and our youngest guy actually just turned 21, and he's leasing a 04 W900.
Gary, I see you have some mirrors there, some extended mirrors. What are some of the challenges with hauling this wide?
Mostly when you get up the bridges, you gotta watch for the signs and anything that sticks up. You know, when you have a flatbed, you have a little bit more clearance to go over, like road barrels and stuff like that. You gotta really watch for people coming in on the side of you, because a lot of people don't pay attention.
Tell me, exactly how wide are you guys today?
I'm 14.3 wide, and the biggest challenge is traffic around me. Other than that, I don't know, just go.
We see you got some help today. We've been here in the pilot cars. It'll help you guys out, so I'll probably start there at the back and have you guys introduce yourself and tell us your roles.
My name is Ken. I'm riding the back here, and our main job is to protect the loads that we're running with, give them a little extra safety. They're extreme safe drivers to start with, and to enhance that, we'll protect them on turns and so forth, as I'm doing right now. We've got the trucks coming over to the left, and we block for them. Oversized loads loads. Russ run from anything from wide loads like these. We'll have super high loads or super long loads, and sometimes a combination of all three. And on two-lane roads, sometimes we have to shut down the road completely to let these guys through, and it's a challenge, but really enjoy it.
Dropping back to you there, Ken, how long you been a pilot car operator for?
This is a retirement job for me. I've been doing this for 6.5 years now. I started up in Illinois, just moved down to Florida here, and I picked this load up at the Florida-Georgia line.
10-4. Sounds like a pretty good gig for you. How often are you out on the road driving?
Well, we just moved down to Florida, so I took a little break from it for 3 months, but before that I'm on the road just about every week.
Now, you said you picked this job up here, this load up here at the Florida-Georgia line. Do you look for a particular type of area or particular region to run?
Not really. There's a lot of drivers, the pilot cars do work particular areas. I do all over the country. I just, before I moved down to Florida, ran from Wisconsin out to California, and then picked up another load in California and brought it back to Wisconsin.
10-4, not a bad deal.
Yeah, of course, there's one thing I didn't say is, well, we couldn't do this job without these escorts being this wide, too. Those guys are our eyes behind us, and they weren't behind us, definitely we did a lot of things.
I'm going to drop back to that middle pilot car there. If you got a moment there, introduce yourself and tell me the role that you play here.
10-4, my name is Brenda Lee. I'm from Appleton, Wisconsin. I've been a pilot car driver for 25 years, off and on, more on than off. I do high pole, I do rear chase, and I pretty much travel all over the country.
What's been some of the challenges with this load here?
This load has been very, very good. Basically, it's a teamwork situation where you communicate with the driver what he wants and what he needs, and we work together, so there really hasn't been too many challenges at all. The company seemed to have the permits in order, and everything's gone very smoothly. Sometimes it gets a situation where they don't have that, so you have to sit and wait, or there's other factors involved, but this has been a very smooth trip, all the way from Wisconsin down here.
All right, Garick.
Now, what regions do you run there, Brenda? And if somebody wanted to get into being a pilot car operator, what do you tell them?
Well, I run pretty much all over, but I try to stay mostly the Midwest, and I do a lot of work with wind energy in Oklahoma and Texas. And I would tell people if they want to be a pilot car driver that they have to obviously love to drive, be gone from home, be very patient, and very kind and courteous to your fellow coworkers, and basically like to be on the road.
Got a full over the tag in lane 3, and you also got a full hotel with a tag in front of that.
Alright, you'll be clear left.
Got your left, Garick. Got lane 2 here.
One going by me in lane 1, after that I got lane 1 also.
Well, we looked out today, scale is closed. Keep on trucking. Copy, keep on trucking.
10-4.
Well, I got you right here. That front pilot car, why don't you introduce yourself and tell me your role?
My name is Ollie Simon. Right now I'm running lead, and we're the eyes and ears for the drivers back there. We want to make sure they get from point A to point B safe and sound.
10-4.
18 up, lane 2.
Slow forward, lane 3.
So, Simon, how many years have you been operating a pilot car for, and how'd you get into it there?
I've been running a pilot car for about 6 years, a little bit more, and I was driving a straight truck for a friend of mine up in Atlanta, and I saw all these pilot cars go by, and I said, well, that looks like it's a pretty good job here, you know, so I tried and see what happens. So when I moved to Florida, I went to the school, got my certification, and that's what started it all.
10-4. Now, do you prefer a particular region to run, or do you just find yourself all over the place?
I run nationwide. It's a very interesting region that you're in depends on your skill set and what you need to do, because every region is so different. You have various different areas you go to. Even the four-wheelers or drivers are very different, so sometimes you have to control the drivers and the area and traffic.
I'm going to hang out here in front of Keith for a little bit in lane 3. Keith, when you can, tell me how this trip has been a little bit different with you guys having to stop a couple times and do some things.
It takes a little more time, because when you do oversize, you are time limited. You only run during the daylight hours and curfews and anything like that, So, when you gotta stop so many times, majority of the time, you're not going to make the curfews or make the daylight, as far as you like to get.
10-4, and what were some of those stops that you guys had to make?
On the way, before we left, we went to Lambeau Field there and took pictures of our trucks up at Lambeau Field. That's Green Bay Packers Field. And then we stopped in Metropolis and took a picture in front of their sign there. I need left lane.
Okay, after the 18.
And then we stopped at the visitor center here right over the border of Georgia and Florida. And a lot of times these trips take a little while because, you do these oversizes and then you do get detoured. You're at the mercy of the states. They route you the way they want you to go. So
10-4. Now, there's a lot of young ones that watch these videos, and they're going to hear that word you use, curfew, and they're probably going to cringe thinking that you guys are on lockdown somehow. Explain what the curfews are.
Curfews in these bigger cities, actually like in Jacksonville. That's why we couldn't make it up to there, because they have a restriction for oversizes between hours of 7 and 9, because that's the rush hour, and then the rest of the rush hour is from 4 to 6. So we have a window between 9 and 4 o'clock to get through there. So, and if you don't make it that time, guarantee you get pulled over, and it's not a cheap fine.
10-4.
So you pretty much got route, manage your routes and everything like that, map it out beforehand so you know how far you can make it and where you can stop and everything like that, because, as you can see, we're pretty big. We can't just pull in anywhere to park, so you gotta know pretty much, what truck stops you can get in and out of, and start getting into the long loads. I've got a few long ones, 130 feet long and stuff like that. Takes a lot more room when you get that long. So, like I said, you gotta know where you can go. Sometimes you have to send your escorts in to scout it out for you before you get in there. 4 miles to our exit. Exit 265.
10-4. Clear on your turn. Clear right.
Clear. I've got line 2 and 3.
Looking good.
I'm through with you. This is our turn right here.
Need to swing wide, I got it.
got you, Keith.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, well, it was nice running with you guys today. Seeing you guys, seeing what you do, how you guys work with the pilot cars and jockeying back and forth, bringing the freight down here to Daytona.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We had the easy part. Everybody had their own signs. They had the hard part, and Escort said they had the hard part. So we just sat back and let them do all the hard work.
Well, I heard you guys are going to get yourself a tour of the old Speedway there.
That's what it sounds like. I'm excited. I've seen it a few years back, but I haven't seen it since it's been under construction. So, yeah, it'd be nice to go check it out, and then I gotta hit the road.
10-4. And once you guys get out of here, where about you headed to?
We're heading up to Alabama there to pick up a couple loads and take those up to the big old windy city there.
10-4. Well, I'm going to head back over west here. You guys stay safe, and we'll see you another way.
Yeah, I appreciate you. We'll catch you later.
10-4.